Okay, hello everyone. This is our slideshow over Basidiomycota and Truffles by Nicholas Wyatt, Arturo Gonzalez, Mariah Adams, and Ivan Lopez. We'll start with the introduction to Basidiomycota. It is one of six monophyletic groups in the kingdom of fungi and has a vast number of species of fungi, um, over 30,000. The life cycles between these species vary greatly, and many of them are safe to eat. Not all of them, however. There's a good number that are both poisonous or hallucinogenic, such as the death cap. And on the side here, we have shown the death cap just mentioned. Some major characteristics of Basidiomycota is that the primary mycelium is kept below ground, out of sight. They reproduce by forming structures known as basidiocarp from a secondary dikaryotic mycelium. And they're commonly known as the club fungi because of the club-like shape of its basidiocarp and small structures on the gills of the basidiocarp called basidia. The basidia produce basidiospores through a process known as karyogamy, and these spores are then released from the ends of the stalks on the basidia. These stalks are called sterigmata, and they release the spores usually from a gust of wind or a breeze of some kind. This process is a form of sexual reproduction, but asexual reproduction is possible as well.
So with there being a very diverse range of species in the Basidiomycota group, the most important and the main examples are the mushrooms, puffballs, and shelf fungi. The two most commonly known or that you can see, these are mainly seen in the forest and all over trees. And the most commonly grown are the mushrooms and the puffballs. And what their main role is they decompose and recycle the nutrients back into the soil to allow other plants to use those nutrients so they can grow a lot healthier and reproduce and provide more food for all the organisms to keep the cycle in the ecosystem moving around. And they also include two very important crop pathogens, which is also known as just a disease. That would be rusts and smuts. And in this picture you can see is a corn smut, this is an example of the huitlacoche, which is a fungi that is grown that when it gets infected on the corn, this is what it looks like. And this one can be edible, which is mainly found in Mexico, and it's known as a Mexican truffle because it's very popular. It can get expensive, although it can also be found in like a more just like a normal, like on a street taco. It can be sold in Michelin star restaurants. But it is edible. Has provides nutrients for you, but not all other smuts are edible. Some are just, can be poisonous or just would not taste good at all. And the ecological importance of the Basidiomycota is they're very important to the function of the ecosystem, primarily in forest and trees, because their main role is to decompose and degrade any organic matter. Um, they Once everything is decomposed, all those nutrients are then put back into the soil, and any plants and animals that are around there are able to eat it. They're able to reproduce more, grow a lot more, and with that, because of the lignin in the trees and any nitrogen that the fungi can have, they're in mainly in woody trees. The cycle keeps on flowing with all the nutrients and minerals. Lignin is broken down into proteins and amino acids, which the trees can then use as a food source. And with that, you also have sugar going back into the fungi. So you just have one big cycle going from trees to fungi to all plants and animals. And in this picture, it is a shelf fungi. As you can see, there's many, many shelves. and they have a bond that they're able to, the tree keeps on growing with all the food from the fungi, and the fungi also keeps on growing. So you have a good bond with a bunch of other cycles going on through the ecosystem.
Okay, so we will look at our truffles, our fungus of interest. The definition of a truffle is it's an underground fungi. It belongs to the phylum known as Ascomycota. Its taxonomy is that it is part of two families, the main one known as Tuberaceae, and the second one known as Pezzicaceae. And its genus is known as tuber. Truffles are ecologically significant for two primary reasons. It is able to form special relationships with plants to get nutrients and get sugars in return. And it is also able to get animals to eat it and be able to spread them. And for humans, the primary use of truffles is that we like to include them in many foods. They're highly regarded for their unique flavors and that they are especially rare fungi. Okay, so we will look at the characteristics of truffles. So the truffle shape is very round. If you know what a potato looks like, which chances are you do, just imagine holding a potato, and that is very similar to what a truffle would look like. The notable differences are that they can be they have wrinkles and they can also have little bumps on the top of them. As for the color of truffles, the color varies, but truffles are known to be black, white, and brown, along with many other colors. In fact, the two most popular forms of truffles are the white and black species of truffles. The texture, people have said that the texture is very wrinkly, but it's also rough, and also that it is very firm, so it's not very soft. Um, and if you look at this photo right here in the top right corner, this is actually a cross section of a black truffle, so you can see the interior of it. And so if you notice here, we have these black spots just covering the inside of the truffle. And well, when I first looked at these, I thought they look like veins. And it's actually reminding me of a cross section of a human brain. So you can see how these kind of look like veins, and if you compare to a human brain, they look very similar. Okay, so we'll look at the ecological significance of truffles next. So as I said before, truffles form special relationships with trees. They're mutualistic symbiotic relationships known as mycorrhizae. With truffles, they provide they provide a variety of nutrients to trees such as phosphorus and nitrogen. And in return, the plant supplies the fungus with sugars that it needs to grow. But another thing that truffles can do is that they've been shown that they can protect their host plant from certain toxic metals so that the plant won't get poisoned and die from those metals. Now, they serve a secondary purpose, and that is that small animals, notably squirrels, voles, and mice, they eat truffles as a food source. And what happens is after a certain amount of time, when those animals defecate, they will drop these spores in their feces, and that will allow the fungi to grow, meaning that they spread the fungus all over the ecosystem. Okay, so now we will look at the culinary use of truffles. One of the main ways that people use truffles. So truffles are actually never eaten by themselves. They're never actually cooked because it's said that the cooking truffles actually gets rid of the flavor that they're known for. So what people do is that they slice truffles and they usually serve it alongside foods like eggs, pasta, meats, and rice. And in this picture right here, we have a picture of some sort of beef, and we've got these thin slices of truffles here. But you probably didn't know that truffles can actually be used in several foods, not just as alongside different foods. For example, many sauces, many oils such as olive oils, and even vodka itself can be made from truffles, so that it gives it that a bold, earthy flavor that it's known for. And here's a fact: truffles are actually given the nickname "the diamond of the kitchen." Well, why is that? Well, number one, they're not extremely rare, but they're rare enough to be priced very highly in the hundreds of dollars per kilogram. Second, as I've said before, the truffles provide a very special flavor. You won't find that flavor in many other foods, so it gives it that uniqueness. Okay.
So the beauty of the truffles and skincare product is really significant. It's also the truffle is great in the when they add that product and moisturizers like, and it's great anti-aging, it's great radical, it has really beneficial to the product. Like for example, if you have really irritated sensitive skin, like the truffle can help like a smooth and calm your skin when it's like sensitive and irritated. Also like the truffle, like it's great brightening up like product, because the white truffle has that all ingredients when like if you have like a pigmentation or like sun damaged skin, or like sun damaged skin, and it's helped to bright all this pigmentation and damaged skin. Also, like the truffle, like Arturo say, it's like a diamond in the kitchen. It can cost a lot as well too, but it's not just like a diamond in the kitchen. It could be diamond on a skincare product too, because if you when you understand what's the beneficial of the truffle in the skincare product and what it can do to your skin, make more useful, radiant, anti-aging and anti-inflammatory. So that's what is great about the truffle. The nutrition content of the truffle. Truffle contain natural oils like fatty acid, help moisturize and hydrate the skin. Certain molecules in the truffle like vitamin A, B, and phenolic compounds are antioxidant, reduction-free radicals. That's what all the great benefits from the truffle can be derived to the skincare product, and you can use like every day on your skin to make your skin more radiant and significant.
Okay, and these are the sources we used. Thank you everyone for watching.